I'm Alexandra Lucchesi. Here are the top stories. Wasaga Beach goes up into flames, an art student project goes horribly wrong, and the fight between hockey coaches is investigated. And now to our top story. Wasaga Beach is ablaze right now, after a fire took over at 1 a.m. this morning. The raging fire, classified as a 4-alarm fire, has already destroyed 8 buildings at the popular strip. It began at the arcade area of the Main Street Mall at Beach Area 1. The strong winds at the beach poured the flames onto other buildings. It isn't clear what started the blaze, but it has been so massive that local firefighters have called to departments from Wasaga, Tay, Collingwood, and Clearview to control the flames. The damage so far has not been released, and fortunately, no injuries have been reported. A prank canceled an AIDS charity event at the Royal Ontario Museum. 24-year-old OCAS student Thorian Ingy Johnson left a fake bomb at the entrance of the museum around 4:30 on Wednesday. After placing the sculpture at the entrance, Johnson then called the ROM's main number from the nearest payphone saying there is no bomb at the entrance of the museum. The Canadian Foundation for AIDS Research was holding a black tie fundraiser causing $100,000 in loss. Johnson said he hadn't expected the outcome of the sculpture, admitting he didn't tell his professors or friends about the sculpture, so they would not be held responsible. Johnson now faces nuisance and mischief charges after turning himself into police last night. One of Centennial College's most familiar local specials is the students that inhabit the courtyard at the CCC campus, but they've never been seen like this before. Shayla Duval reports.
Radio News. I'm here in the courtyard of the CCC campus to film the Centennial College student in its native habitat. Let's take a look. It's 11 a.m. and the students are enjoying their daily ritual, chatting and sharing food. These two females show no interest in anything going on indoors. How is it for you having the species here to observe all the time?
Well, you know, it makes me get in touch with nature, just getting them through the window and stuff.
There's always fresh drinking water for the courtyard dwellers. There we go. I think that's it. But the pond is too cold for bathing at this time of year. The students seek shelter in the shade. They share the courtyard with other species. But how do the humans inside feel about them? Do you enjoy having the students here for you to view, or do they ever cause you any trouble?
Well, they're all right, okay, but you know, I don't mind them. But they're kind of like raccoons. Like they're always coming up, and you have to shoo them away with brooms and things like that. And that can get to be a real nuisance.
Love them or hate them, they're here to stay. Shayla Duval, Centennial College News.
A video has been released showing the brawl between 8-year-old hockey players in Guelph, Ontario. It shows a fight occurring on the ice between the players that happened during the third period of the game between the Duffield Devils and Niagara Falls Thunder last Friday. After the young players stopped throwing punches, parents on the bench then began fighting. Rumors state that a Niagara Falls coach spat on a rival coach, sending players onto the ice. It was decided that no criminal charges will be laid against the adult hockey coaches for assaulting each other. The Ontario Minor Hockey Association is investigating the incident. And that's the news this hour. Now let's send it over to Tian Pei Ma for the latest in entertainment news.
Welcome back and hi everyone. Prepare to see some blood in Toronto's movie theater this Christmas. The movie There Will Be Blood stars Daniel Day-Lewis and Paul Dano. It's based on Upton Sinclair's novel Uriel. The studio describes it as a story about family, greed, religion, and oil, centered around the turn-of-the-century Texas prospector in the early days of business. Well, check out rock band Queen's website this weekend. Not only they're releasing their new recordings, they're making it free on the internet. They have a new song, Say It's Not True, to mark the World AIDS Day tomorrow. In 1991, Queen lost their vocalist Freddie Mercury because of AIDS-related illness. Drummer Roger Taylor said the song reminds us to protect ourselves and those we love. Well, that's all from entertainment this hour. Now let's go over to Kwok and Abbas for sports after the commercial.
Polite society tells us that it's rude to stare. But then along came the 2005 Nissan Altima with a new redesigned interior and a sleek, new, refined exterior. So go ahead, stare. frankly, it'd be rude not to. Now get the Ultima 2.5S Extra loaded with $1,000 worth of no-charge options.
Looking for affordable home ideas? Come to a Sears Home Store. It's the Buyer's Best Buy sale. Get this Dreamfiber sofa for just $899.99. Plus, get this queen-size sleigh bed for just $899.97. And don't pay until January 2006. For great selection, great prices, and great service, there's only one place you need to go. Sears.
Well, when you work in television, you want to make people happy. You should have a great smile. My teeth were just brutal. I had to do something about it, so I had to find somebody I could trust.
I'm Dr. Mark Coachman, and I personally make sure everyone receives the most advanced care no matter how serious their condition. Together, we can achieve the smile makeover you deserve.
The Coachman Center, 1-888 Newmouth.
So change your smile.
And change your life. Thanks, buddy.
Santa Margherita is the saint of impossible causes. Men pray to her when they need to be forgiven. Women pray to her when they are going to have children.
From the depths of tradition comes an epic story of one family's quest for forgiveness. No! Sophia Loren in a CTV exclusive Lives of the Saints, coming in January. Brought to you in part by Scotiabank. Life, money, balance both.
Welcome back and hello. Here are our top stories. The Leafs break their losing streak. The Raptors might be in trouble tonight. And the Leafs general manager steps out of the hot seat.
The Leafs made a comeback in yesterday's game in Atlanta, beating the Thrashers with a score of 4-2. The Toronto victory brought an end to a 4-game losing streak for the Leafs. Toronto came out strong at the end of the first period with goals made by Alex Steen and Andy Wazinski. Matt Stajan and Matt Sundin rounded the game up, netting 1 goal apiece. The Leafs will be defending their win with the Penguins in a home game tomorrow.
The picture doesn't look too good for the Toronto Raptors tonight as they face off with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Bosch, Bargnani, and TJ Ford were all injured up leading up to tonight's game. Chris Bosch will probably stay on the bench tonight after a strained groin put him out of Wednesday's game with Memphis, while Andrea Bargnani does his best with a bruised knee. Ford is waiting to see how his sore thumb works out before deciding whether or not he'll play tonight. The ball hits the court at 7 p.m. Eastern tonight on TSN.
And in other Leafland news, General Manager John Ferguson went to the NHL's Board of Governors meeting yesterday in California. Ferguson's been in the hot seat lately with recent reports that he would soon be fired. The young GM, who's been under media scrutiny for his lack of experience, says the media speculation is all just background noise and that he is focused only on his job. Ferguson also made it to the King Shark game while in San Jose on Wednesday.
Former football star O.J. Simpson has pleaded not guilty for at least the second time in his life this week. Simpson was arraigned in a Nevada courtroom over charges of suspicion of kidnapping and armed robbery, along with 10 other charges. He and 2 other men who have been charged won't be in court until the trial begins, which may take some time since lawyers have voiced their concerns that jury selection will probably take longer than the trial itself.
And it's a big day for Michael the Pinball Clemens. The Argos coach is going to decide once and for all if he plans to keep his job today. The Pinball will be talking to Argos owners Howard Sokolowski and David Cinnamon. 42-year-old Clemens has had a long history with the Argos, starting out as a running back in 1989. He stopped playing in 2000 to take the job as head coach and then took up the president role in 2002. Should the Pinball decide to leave, Rich Stubler, the Argos defensive coordinator, will replace him. Plans for a formal announcement are in store for next week.
And in other news, basketball superstar Steve Nash has signed up with the iconic Got Milk mustache campaign. The Phoenix Suns MVP will soon be seen sporting a white mustache and joining the ranks of Beyoncé, David Beckham, Alex Rodriguez, and Marvin Harrison.
And Canada's skeleton team made a fantastic finish at the World Cup yesterday in Calgary. The bobsled team won 4 medals for both the men's and women's team during the season opener. Calgary's Paul Beam and Michelle Kelly of Fort St. John brought home the 2 golds. Alberta bagged 2 more with homegrown Melissa Hollingsworth for silver and John Montgomery for the bronze. The victory was even sweeter for Kelly, who won at a World Cup for the first time at home. She was disqualified last year after judges found her sled to be 200 grams overweight.
Sumi, Miga, and Kwachi. Say hello to Vancouver's 2010 Olympic mascots released this week. Sumi, whose name is derived from the Salish word sumesh, meaning guardian spirit, is the bear on the right here. He enjoys alpine skiing, flying over the coast mountains, and hot cocoa. This character over here is Miga, a sea bear who was inspired to snowboard after she saw humans surfing on the snow. And finally, this young Sasquatch is Quachi, who is particularly fond of hockey. The Vancouver Organizing Committee says they developed these mascots based on local legends, and that they're meant to represent Canada and appeal to children from around the world. And that's it for sports. Now over to Laura for her views. Laura?
Thanks, Kwok. I'm Laura Redpath, and I read an opinion piece that a Philippine senator wrote. He pointed out that we are part of a global community that shares the effects of environmental disasters and other global upsets. Let us think back to some of the natural disasters that took the world by storm. No pun intended. There was the Boxing Day tsunami that took place nearly 3 years ago. There was Hurricane Katrina that has the reputation of being the 6th strongest hurricane in the history of hurricanes. How about Hurricane Dean that pummeled the Caribbean? We can imagine the struggles that these people go through when they lose the roofs over their heads. However, we will never truly know until we experience these struggles for ourselves. These things happen, and third world countries go through a lot to rebuild and reconnect with the larger global community. Now back to what the senator was saying. What global community? Thick blankets from first world countries make an insensitive gift for people in poorer countries who have no need for thick blankets. For those of you who believe in it's not the gift, it's the thought, that is something to cringe about. And that's how I see it. Stay tuned for more opinions and comments after the break.
Few relationships in life are more important than the one between you and your Michelin tires. Rugged, long-lasting Michelin light truck tires. Michelin, because so much is riding on your tires.
Welcome back. I'm Ashleigh Russell. Are you a Dancing with the Stars fan? Neither am I. But I'm sure I'm not the only one who can't help but see who wins. So I watched the finale on Tuesday, and the final 3 were Marie Osmond, Mel B from the Spice Girls, and Elio, whatever his name is. I can't lie, I was a Spice Girls fan in my day, so I was cheering for Mel B. Of course, luck wasn't on my side, and Elio, whatever his name is, won. I must admit, though, he's an okay dancer. But what really grossed me out is here is this 30-something-year-old man dancing with this girl who's barely legal, and what does he do at the end of their dance? He kisses her for like 10 seconds. And then I found out the guy's engaged. Well, he used to be. Apparently she called it off the day after the finale. And she had every right to. I'm on her side for that one. But come on, I think it's about time a woman wins. And that's my reality TV show rant. Back to you, Alex.
Thanks, Ashleigh. And that's our show for today from CCTV News. On behalf of all of us here at CCTV, thanks for watching and have a great day.
Olympic triathlete Miranda